Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you my everyday makeup look, the makeup that I do for the toast, the makeup that I do for brunch, lunch, dinner sometimes, and just show you how I get this look. It takes a lot of makeup to look like I'm not wearing any makeup, and I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Right now my skin is completely bare, as you can see. Not my finest moment. So I'm going to show you from start to finish all the products that I use. They will all be shoppable below in the description of this video, and I hope you learned something, or not. So first up, I'm gonna prime my skin. Right now I have absolutely nothing on my skin. I just woke up, drinking my coffee. Actually, my first step is make a coffee and drink it because this requires a lot of energy. I use Tarte Drink of Water to prime my skin to really hydrate it. I love this product so much. Now when I think back on all the times I used to just put foundation on my bare skin, it makes me so creeped out. I'm just gonna lather this on. Make sure I hit every area. That feels so much better already. I just love some hydrated skin. Next, I'm going to use Urban Decay Quick Fix Priming Spray. This is the only primer that I really use. Honestly, I don't know how well it works. I just know that I like how it feels and I like how it smells. And I feel like a lot of makeup is just about placebo effect anyway, so as long as you feel good, you look good, and that's what's most important here. So I'm gonna let this dry for like 1 minute, and then I'm going to use NARS foundation. This is the NARS Illuminating Foundation in the shade L2. I think I wanna get like 1 shade darker and mix them for the summer so that I start to look a little tanner. I use about 2 pumps of this, 3 pumps if I'm feeling extra crazy. And yes, I use my hands to just apply everywhere, liberally too. I used to use the same foundation every single day for like 5 years, Laura Mercier foundation, which I'm still obsessed with. But then I realized like I'm getting older and I need more coverage, and this has been perfect. I went on a very long quest looking for the right foundation. I got a lot of wrong foundations. So I'm happy to report that this is the stuff. For 25-year-old skin, I think it's great. Make sure you get it in your hairline so that there's not like a stark difference between your scalp and your forehead. And I use this as like a primer for my eyeshadow. I know some people use actual primer or concealer above their eyes, but I just use foundation. Put a little on my chin and bring that down to my neck. Looking good. So now that really has taken away like so much of the redness that I have when I wake up in the morning. I don't know what that's about, and you know what? I don't care. Next up, I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. I switch up the kind of eyeshadow I use every day because I've yet to find the perfect shades for me. But right now I'm using this Tarte palette, and I'm gonna use this really light cream color, and that's usually what I'll always go for my base. Any sort of creamy vibe. Creamy vibes only. Just gonna coat my eyelid with it. Because it's such a light color, you don't need to be so precise because the mistakes don't really show up. If I were using black, I would look so crazy right now. Next, I'm gonna use just like a light gold shimmer. I love this Alhambra palette from NARS. I've clearly used one side and now I'm using the other side, even though I did like the other color better, but just too lazy. And I have so many eyeshadow palettes, I feel silly buying a new one. For my eyeshadow, I always stick to colors in the champagne, gold, nude family, because I just feel like those are the colors that work best for me when I'm not trying to be like extra and have an eyeshadow moment, which I rarely have anyway because I can't even do my eyeshadow. And I just got this Charlotte Tilbury bar of gold, which looks so much better than it is. I'm gonna try and use some for my eyeshadow, but it like doesn't really come off the... I thought it would be a great highlighter, but it doesn't really pick up on the brush. You have to use a lot. Actually, this looks nice. Yeah, that's like a nice gold vibe, and that's perfect for every day. Nothing too crazy. Next, I'm gonna go in and do my eyelashes. The first mascara I'm going to use is just CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. I'm a big advocate for drugstore mascaras. I do not think you need to break the bank on mascara. Some things you do need to break the bank for. Mascara is not one of them. I will let you know the things that you need to break the bank for. Honestly, for me, I think it's important to have a really good foundation, literally foundation, because it's like what all of your makeup sits on, and if it starts to get like peely or crumbly, you're just not in a good place. You're not being set up for success. This is the color I use for my base coat just to turn my eyelashes brown because they're so blonde, and before I can even think about volume and all that jazz, I need brown eyelashes. So now I can start to have fun with my lashes, really build them out, and I use the Benefit They're Real mascara for this. It has a great brush with like a round tip. Don't know what that does, but it looks cool. Pretty good. Okay, I'm only going in with 2 mascaras today because it's a quiet day for me. I don't need to be super extra and lay it on with 3. A lot of you are probably like, I always get mascara on my eyelids, like how do you not? And the only reason why I didn't today is because I was working extra hard for you guys and being super careful, but I'm not always so careful. Sometimes I wake up and my eyes are so puffy and like they get in the way of my mascara, but I think that the best way to get it off is obviously a Q-tip, but that also takes off the eyeshadow that you've worked so hard to put on. But little known fact, if you use the brow brush side of an eyebrow pencil and you scrape off the mascara off your lid, it'll come off really easily. It won't hurt too much and you'll keep your eyeshadow on. Next up, I'm gonna do my concealer. I'm obsessed with the NARS Creamy Concealer. I've been using it for a year and a half now, and it makes me sad to think about the days before I knew about this because it is everything and it truly conceals and also brightens, and I love it so much. So I'm gonna pull it up here to sort of give my eyeshadow a winged look. That's a really great trick for when you're using colorful eyeshadows. For my eyeshadow right now, you can't really see the difference anyway, but it just makes me feel better. Like I said, it's all about how you feel. I try not to use too much concealer up here in my forehead, but this area is where I get the most red, so I actually require the most concealer there. But I think for others, just a little on the under cheek. I think for other people, the less you can do up here, the better, because that's where it starts to look a little cakey. Now I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty blender. It's already damp. I'm gonna blend. Now I just got this little baby beauty blender because I saw that Rihanna was using it and I was like, that looks amazing, and that's actually always what I need in the corners of my eye. And having used it now, I can say that you don't need it. It's fun though, and it makes me feel like Rihanna, so that's cool. See, look, I'll do this one with just this side of the beauty blender, and everything will be okay. Except sometimes I do get concealer stuck in my eyelids, and I think that this is perfect for that. Now I'm just gonna blend out my forehead, try and move it around above my eyebrows as much as possible, but like staying below this area, because this is where I'll put my contour. Blend in my nose. Great, now I'm going to do my contour. I use the NYX Wonder Stick, and I only use the contour side. I do not use the concealer side because NARS concealer is just so much better, but I've yet to find a contour color that I like better than this, so I only use half. I feel like nowadays there are so many new ways to contour your face, and like this is so old school almost. But you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This gets the job done. Highly recommend. Now I'm going to take the sharp side of my beauty blender and blend this in. When I first started getting really into makeup, I found that blending was the hardest part. And I feel like it's the part that all the makeup artists skip through. And now that I've learned how to fast forward my videos, I'm really tempted to fast forward through the blending. But as someone who was once a very amateur at all of this, I'm gonna leave in the blending for you guys so you can see how I do it, because I think it's the most difficult part. Little nose contour. I wonder if that actually makes my nose look smaller, you know? Probably not. But this definitely helps my forehead. I weirdly have a big forehead because my eyebrows are so light, it makes it look like it's extra forehead. Bring it down here, just blend around. Yeah, there we go, we have a contoured face. Now I'm going to powder my face. In the summer, I don't really bake my face as much because I like when my makeup is a little dewier in the summer, because honestly, it's fucking hot out there, and like if your makeup is sitting perfectly matte on your face, like it looks strange and a little cakey, so I just powder my face instead of baking it. And I'm gonna use this just fluffy brush, take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and just wipe the powder in the areas that I put concealer on. I think this helps my makeup set really nicely without that baking feeling like it needs to be there for 12 hours. Because sometimes it doesn't need to be there for 12 hours. Like, the show's only 2 hours, and then I'm gonna come home and take my makeup off. Like, why do I need to bake the powder into my face? This just has a lighter feel to it. And it's just so hot out there. Like, the less you put on your face, the better. Next up, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. First, I comb them through with this Tom Ford eyebrow brush that I spent way too much money on, considering I only use one side of it because I can't use the pencil side. I just don't know how. And then the eyebrow product that I literally swear by is Benefit Gimme Brow. I've tried a lot of different things for my eyebrows because my eyebrow situation is very complicated. As you can see, and as a ton of people on Instagram tell me, I do not have eyebrows, and it's very hard for me to shade them in a way that I like, because I feel like sometimes they get a little too dark and that doesn't feel like me. So I love Gimme Brow in the shade number 1. I feel like it has a very natural look to it, and it's easy to apply, which is important to someone like me who is not an eyebrow aficionado. Pretty good. I always complain that this eyebrow looks worse than this eyebrow, and a toaster recently pointed out to me that it's because I do this one from the top and this one from the bottom. So I've started to try doing this one from the top, but it's just so hard. And anyways, they don't need to look totally similar. And I think this looks decent. Next up, I'm gonna do my eyeliner. I use this NARS cream colored eyeliner just to put in my waterline. I'm gonna pull down with my beauty blender so that I don't get a nail line in my cheek that I just worked so hard on. And I feel like this cream colored waterline just opens up my eyes a little bit, makes them look a little brighter and bigger. Can you see the difference? Next up, I'm gonna do my bronzer. I use this NARS Paloma palette. It's really a contour palette. I never use the cream colored side, but I love the bronzing side. I don't know why I like it better than just like Laguna bronzer, but it's really dark, and I think it really helps bronze my face. This is probably like one of the most important steps for me, because I go from being so pale to like having a bronzy look to me, which is, you know, always nice. Sometimes I'll just have to lift my hair up to get in there. If I'm wearing my hair in a bun, I will literally put the bronzer in my hair so that you don't see where my hair ends and my forehead begins. I have a hair right there. But I'm actually going to use clips now because it's really getting in my way. Okay. And I feel like putting, you know, bronzer on over your contour line, like, just really helps define it. I don't put bronzer on my whole face. I do it on the same points where I put my contour, so the high points of my face, to help my face look a little more angular. I do have a very round face. So like, bronzer is a great way to fudge your contour and like really enhance it. And then I'll take the brush and just go around with some residue so the difference isn't too stark. People like to put it on their jawline. I've never been one for jaw makeup. I don't know why. I just feel like I can't see it, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But you do need to make sure that like this is all the same color. But when you're working with a foundation that's not that much darker than your skin, in fact for me it's like lighter than my skin, you don't have to worry about that line that people get. That's like probably the most embarrassing makeup faux pas. Okay, I think as we're doing this video, I am developing a pimple. Next up, I'm gonna do my blush. I love blush, and you know who else loves blush? Kylie Jenner, so that makes me love blush even more. I recently started doing my blush with a fan brush. I think I saw it from like Jaclyn Hill, and I feel like it just gives you so much more control, and it's less of like those round blush balls, you know? So this, like, you almost apply it like highlighter, but a little bit lower than your highlighter, and on the balls of your cheeks. I love this NARS blush palette. Of course, I only use one color, but Blushing Bride. My final step, I'm going to do my highlighter. It's my favorite step. And on the toast, it's really important because that's like really what pops, the contour and the highlighter. So I definitely use a lot of highlighter, and you know what? I'm not ashamed. There's no shame in my highlighting game. So I'm gonna use my rose water to spray my fan brush, just so we pick up the most highlighter possible. And I'm gonna use Becca Champagne Pop. Like, this is one of those products that it's like, yeah, it's basic and everybody uses it and I've been using it for so long, but like, there's a reason why, and it's because it's amazing and no one has yet to invent anything better. Plus mine is all like broken, but I feel like the bits and pieces actually make it even nicer to apply. You really get a lot of pickup on your brush. So I apply it above my blush. I'm gonna put a little on my nose. So I also will add highlighter to the top of my lip, my nose, and when I go out at night, I'll add even more highlighter because I just feel like it's the one thing that really makes my face pop in the evening, considering I don't wear a lot of eye makeup and I'm just all about the face. So this is Fenty Kilowatt highlighter, which I usually just put on top of Becca just to, you know, complement the job that did. And now I'm gonna spray my face with rose water. One, because it helps set your makeup, and two, because it feels fucking amazing. And after that, I'm going to use Urban Decay setting spray. This stuff, I just feel like it's so wet on your face, it almost looks like your, like, face is wet. This stuff I feel like really does the trick. You put so much on that your face like almost looks wet and you're like, did I just ruin all my makeup? But no, it is going to just sit really nicely and not move. And it really is helpful in the summer because it gives you that like dewier look, which just looks more natural when you're outdoors sweating your balls off. My last step is my lipstick, also my favorite step. Actually, I like it more than highlighter even, just because it's my signature. And I'm gonna use Posy K Velvet by Kylie because it's just probably my all-time favorite color of hers, if anyone's asking. And that's that. Now I'm gonna take my hair down to show you that I don't look insane. And that is my makeup routine. I feel like I've definitely gotten much faster at it, but you know, this is what I do every morning before the toast, so the quicker I do my makeup, the later I can wake up, the more beauty sleep I get, the less makeup I have to wear. So it's really all very cyclical. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, let me know what you think of this video below, subscribe to my channel, and comment what you want me to do my next video on. Love you.